Right, so everybody chill out. There.
Hello.
Hey, Emma. How are you? You've got too many fan pages. So I was like, which one? Which one? Anyway, here you are. So
Yeah.
great to see you. First of all, thanks for joining us. I have to ask you really quickly because I am a huge fan of Washington.
Yeah.
And I believe, is this your first time to Washington, DC?
Yeah, it is my first time to DC, and I actually really love it. I had a day off yesterday, and I walked around Georgetown campus. Actually, had a friend who went there and sent me some recommendations, and had a classic cupcake as well. So yeah, loving my time, honestly.
Yeah, one of the things that we don't get to do, or you do as a tennis player, especially someone as sort of famous and well known as you, is just to kind of walk around and enjoy the city sometimes. But what is it mostly about DC that you've enjoyed so much? Because I hear from your agent and various people that you're really loving DC. It's one of your favorite places you've ever been to in the US. Why?
Definitely. I mean, in a way, it sort of reminds me of back home because there's a lot of green and a lot of nature in the roads, and some of the houses look very similar to, suburban England. And I think it's a great mix of, England and then like also New York. And I mean, they're like two of my favorite cities. So, but it's just a great mix and balance. And I think that, there's a lot of quiet if you want quiet and nature, but then there's also like a lot going on. And the food scene's really good here too.
You want to tell us one of your favorite restaurants you've been to yet?
I went to Farmer's Fisher's Basket or something. I haven't been out, to be honest. I've been on Uber Eats so much because I've been training like late or finishing or running over, and I just need something like then and there. So it's just been sweet green or kava a lot of the time, to be honest. But I need to like get out there a bit more.
Now, Emma, I have to tell you, I actually flew out of London not that long ago, and it was the hottest day in the history of the UK. So we know you Brits, you struggle in the heat sometimes, but how are you handling the heat of DC and the weather conditions? How do you find that?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually in Sarasota the week before here, and I just spent some time there before coming out. And it was definitely really, really hot there and humid. So it was a shock to the system. But then I think that definitely helped me out for when I came to DC and just adjusted to the humidity a little bit better. It is still very humid, after every practice you're coming off completely drenched, like all your clothes are sticking to you. But yeah, it is a good feeling though, because then once you come off court, you feel like, yeah, I actually worked really hard there.
Yeah, how are you feeling? First of all, playing in DC, where are you at, like tennis wise, and how do you feel about it? And also going into the hard court season, because obviously this is where, I mean, you made a bit of a splash at Wimbledon last year. We know that, but really, this is where you became a worldwide sensation. How are you feeling going into the hard court in the US?
I am looking forward to going into the hard court season because I'm actually playing all of the tournaments leading up are brand new to me, and it's my first time playing them, and they're all really good and big tournaments. So it'll be great to just get experience at each of those. And yeah, going into DC, I feel like I haven't played since Wimbledon, and I'm probably a bit light on matches, but it's a great place to start building and start working on, and whatever happens, you'll see like, oh, okay, I need to do this better, and just adjust week to week, and then hopefully, like for the US Open, that's in time, then you'll have a better understanding of where your game's at.
Can you explain that to people that don't really understand? Because, everyone thinks that, you're just playing tennis and how do you forget? And what do you mean match practice? And how is that different to playing a practice set and all that sort of stuff? Can you kind of like help people that haven't done this for a living understand that a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one part of it is just the reactivity. Like when you're practicing, and say you're not doing much, live stuff, you lose that sort of sharpness of, when you don't know where the ball's going and when it's unpredictable, and that takes a while to sort of get back, and a lot of match practice. But then also like match practice and then the real match, it is different because like, it's just a different level of nerves or a different level of like feeling on the court, especially if you haven't played in a long time. So I think that it definitely takes adjusting to, and sometimes when you play a lot of matches in a row, and something that I experienced at the US Open was like I played so many matches that everything felt, you know, I was on autopilot, and a lot of the time like you just don't really like know what you're doing in a way, but everything you just have this really good confidence that, you know, you could be a break point down, like you just know that you'll find a way back, and that's something that I would say for sure comes with a lot of matches, and it's tough to find if you're a bit like, you know, in and out.
Yeah, I think that's really hard to have people understand that, so it's nice to hear it from you about like the difficulties sometimes of you know, playing a lot and not, and how sometimes it just feels so easy. And that's what, you know, obviously your run at the US Open, you were playing so many matches there, you were like, oh, I don't even need to practice, I know what I'm doing. So you know, eventually every player goes through those ups and downs, so it's nice to hear that from you. I know how smart you are. I mean, obviously you were pushed very much to go to college and go to university and all those sort of things. Does that sometimes actually hurt you, that you are so smart that you sometimes have to turn the brain off?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that my mind is really active, so sometimes I struggle to switch off and turn off, and you know, that can apply like before you're going to sleep, or whenever you're constantly ticking and, you know, thinking of, oh, what could I have done like 2 hours ago on that short forehand in practice, like, you know, just stuff like that. Or even if you're on the court, sometimes, you know, it's not always the best thing if you think you have like so many options that you could do, and then you're choosing between all the options, but obviously that takes time. So I would say like it is a strength of mine, but then sometimes, I mean, it can, you know, turn into a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah. Well, last couple of questions, because I know you're very busy. The draw's coming out soon. I'll be seeing you in DC in a couple of days. But because Washington DC is the hub of the government of the United States, and there's so many incredible buildings and history about Washington DC, is there one place or a couple of places that you would sort of love to go to and visit, whether it be the Senate building, the White House? You know, I know Mark, he has a few connections at the White House, but, you know, is there any place that you would like to go and sort of visit and learn stuff about? Because as I know that you love history and the government side of things.
Well, one, I really wanted to walk around Georgetown, and I did that, which I really liked, and it was, you know, these quaint, really pretty houses. But also probably next is maybe the Pentagon. I think that would be really cool, just because, yeah.
All right. Well, I know that you're going to be incredibly busy, obviously, this week, hopefully winning a lot of matches. But, oh, are you showing me what you're eating for lunch? Very healthy, Emma. I'm proud of you, because I know there's some good restaurants in Washington that, you know, you probably get a nice fatty meal if you want one. But I know that you're going to be really busy, but hopefully maybe on one of your off days, you'll be able to get a chance to go to the Pentagon and see some pretty cool things. So thanks for joining us on this live. For everybody out there, go watch Emma in Washington. If you're in New York or in Philadelphia, take down the train, go and see Emma, one of the great players and personalities on the tour. So Emma, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in a couple of days.
Thank you. See you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Bye.